Click with JFCS. I am Drew Gold, the kitchen manager and educator, and today we are making two great use what you have Passover recipes. The first, a mushroom and spinach frittata, and the second, a sweet potato apple latke. Both of these recipes are flexible and will work with a variety of ingredients. An important component to cooking right now, as many of us are making the best of what we have in our kitchen. These are both great examples of the kinds of recipes that we would make for our Cooking Matters program, a 6-week program in which participants learn how to cook on a budget, or in a modern holiday meals, a class where people from the community can come together to learn modern takes on traditional recipes. So now we're ready to make our frittata. Once again, this is a very forgiving recipe. So here I have 8 ounces of mushrooms, which I've sliced and roasted in the oven at 400 degrees until they were cooked through and starting to brown, as well as some spinach that I've wilted and then made sure to remove the water from. Now these two cooking processes can apply to any vegetables you want to use for this recipe. So if I wanted to put carrots in this similarly, I would roast them until they're soft and starting to brown, and then put them in my pan. If I wanted to use kale or chard for this recipe, I would wilt it and be sure to remove the water from it. So I have my vegetables in my pan. I have 8 eggs, which I've already cracked, and some salt and some pepper. And I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of milk here. Now, if you're trying to make this recipe part, you can just leave the milk out or use a dairy-free milk. And I'm just going to simply whisk it well to combine the eggs and the milk. Make sure my yolks and my whites are well combined. And then I'm going to pour it into my pan over my vegetables. Give it a little shake just to combine it. And I'm going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or so until the middle is really set and the edges are starting to brown. So now we're ready to make our latkes. Here I have 3 cups of grated vegetables that I've tossed with a little bit of salt and let sit for a few minutes in order to draw out some of the water, 3 eggs, and a 1/4 cup of matzah meal, pepper, and salt. So I'm going to first take my vegetables and I'm going to really try to press some of that water out of them. And I'm going to add them into my eggs. Really pressing that water out of them. And then I'm going to add my matzah meal, a good pinch of salt, and a few grinds of pepper. And give it all a good mix. So at this point, you can either bake or fry these latkes. I'm going to show you how to bake them because it's a healthier choice and I'd love to encourage that. So I'm going to take just forkfuls of my mixture and I'm going to spread them out on an oiled baking sheet. And I'm going to make sure that as I do this, I'm leaving space in between them, and then I'm also flattening them when I do this so that I'm sure that they cook through. Once I have them all on there, I'm going to just top them with a little bit of olive oil as well. And I'm going to bake them at 400 degrees until they're golden brown. Thank you for joining us today. So here we have our finished mushroom and spinach frittata, as well as our baked sweet potato apple latkes. And you can really make either of these recipes with any assortment of vegetables. I encourage you to try at home. Thank you.